All right, for those of you guys who've been keeping up, this is the Grand National Roadster Show 2009, and I'm with John Buck. Now, earlier at SEMA, we talked about building a 1933 Roadster. Well, now it's finished. 5-6 hours later, we've got a complete car. John, tell me your thoughts.
Absolutely incredible, Lou. I mean, take a look at this car behind me here, and I'll talk through it. You guys thrash. You guys spent all the time in the world, all the effort, all the love is in there. I mean, it's just incredible, Lou. Over the top.
Because of some logistics problems that we had, we were going to originally do this build over a 3-day period. But with those minor problems, we scrubbed that plan and we decided to do it in a day, essentially. Now, if you guys think back far enough, they used to build a car during a 10-day period at one time on the Grand National Roadster Show, because it was actually a 10-day show. And they said they had too much time. Another time, they did it in a weekend, and they still said they had too much time. So we pretty much pre-assembled this car, and then in one day, we just assembled it for the 60th anniversary. So we're good to go.
The master mechanic, Extreme Automotive, Phil Leatherman, and his crew have done an incredible job building on this car. We have Eric Thorson and Ron Mangus, who did the interior. Eric did the seats, and Ronnie did all the panels and all of the trunk and all of that. And, you know, a whirlwind of activity going on. I mean, I couldn't even tell you who was all wrenching on this car, to be honest with you.
You can't well,
you tell me.
We had all the guys from Extreme.
Okay.
We had Scott Sullivan. Scott Sullivan. Well, come here, Scott. Come here, Scott. John, give us some room here.
All right, let's do it.
Now, here's a guy.
I know where he's going.
Exactly. Here's a guy that in the late 70s and 80s was just making all kinds of waves in the car biz. Hot Rod Magazine, Carcraft Magazine, you name it, they were printing his stuff. This man is responsible for the whole pro street movement, so it's out of control. This is Scott Sullivan. We flew him out from Ohio. There was even an urban myth going around that he was building motorcycles, but that's not true. He painted some, so we're settling that myth right now. Scott, what do you think about this?
I'm really happy that you settled that. Thank you very much. And actually, to come together and do this, I met Lou 2 days ago, and we've had a great time doing this build. It's really been fun.
And we've also had, we had Dave Lane, too. Dave Lane.
Where did Dave go? I mean, Dave Lane, I've always admired his work. The guy is absolutely incredible, and I actually got to meet him for the first time today, too. He was great fun to work with.
And for those of you guys who don't know who David Lane is, he actually built, I believe it was a Street Rod of the Year, won it 2 years in a row, I think it was. He's just been a shaker and a mover in the whole street rod movement, which is really cool. He built a really nice sedan for George Poteet. So there's some really cool stuff that's coming out of Fast Lane. And they're in Iowa. You know, I mean, Iowa, right? Was it Iowa? They're out of Iowa. I said earlier Idaho. But so it's been really good. And we had a lot of people come together and help with this. We had Patriot Exhaust, TCI supplied the transmission, American Speed Company supplied the body. Like they said before, the interior was done by Ron Mangus. Eric Thornton did the seats, so there was a split on that. And then the engine comes from Roush, so it's been a really nice build.
And
this car,
fun car with that Roush motor will be a fun car.
We have a B&M automatic transmission. Speedway Motors supplied the quick change, and this car in 2 weeks is going to go up to the Sacramento Autorama. And then it's going to SEMA, but it's also going to do the show circuit, as far as we've been told. I know it's going to Boise, but you know what? We've got some other people floating around here. Hold on 1 second. This is Don Linfords from Patriot Exhaust. Don, what did you contribute to this project?
Well, I originally actually helped John start the project, and then we ended up going to Extreme, and they built the car, so I ended up doing the exhaust on it, because that's what I do for a living nowadays, is I build exhaust systems. So we built an all 304 stainless exhaust with an electronic muffler on there that'll actually change the tone from the driver's seat while John's going down the road.
Awesome. Okay, we're done now because we're running out of tape. Get out of here. Nate, come here. And for those of you who don't know, this is my son. Ladies, he's 16 years old, and, you know, I really need to get him luggage by the time he turns 18, so he's available. I dragged him all the way out from North Carolina. Nate, what do you think?
It's cool.
He doesn't think too much because he's not a hub head and he's not a car guy, so I'm done with him too. Get out of here. All right, this is Lou Santiago from the Florida Grand National Roadster Show. It's the 60th anniversary in Pomona. Later.